Hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name's Louise and this is Louise's Lifestyle. Thank you for joining me. So it's the 5th of January and you can see here in Manchester it's overnight. We've had some snow. I think this is the first snow of the year, and yeah, it's stuck, but it's, you know, it's not very deep. Hopefully that's the end of it. I don't want to see any more snow. I think my kids are grown up now, so the fun of snow for me has definitely gone away. I'm more worried about slipping on ice, etc. So what am I looking at here are some of the plants that I brought back from Bangladesh. They were brought here on the 26th of December. So it's been 12 days since they've arrived here in the UK, but it's 2 weeks since they've been kind of uprooted from their environment. You know, they've had the root balls massively reduced. So it is only natural that these plants will lose their leaves. And some of them, even if they've not been uprooted, they have that tendency, like guavas. If you're growing guavas here in the UK, you'll know that during the winter period they do have that tendency to lose their leaves. And you know, even if you brought them indoors, they will have that tendency to drop the leaves. So it's no surprise that this is the what's this one? This is a purple guava, and its leaves look very holy. I mean, basically those leaves were wrapped very tightly with string, and obviously they've ripped into the leaves. A lot of the leaves have dropped. These are still on, and you know, it's not a question of if they'll drop, it's when. My main concern is keeping the plant alive and hopefully getting, you know, the regrowth that happens. So when they drop the leaves, there is a period of where they look very dry and, you know, dead, twig-like, but then they do grow back the leaves. So I am just hoping that will happen. Keeping the soil moist, excuse me, and sweeping up the leaves as they drop. There was loads of leaves yesterday. This is the variegated guava. That too has dropped quite a few leaves. And I've brought one of the jackfruits here. It was on the windowsill over there. It doesn't get much heat that side. So these were in the grow tent. So I'm saying these, there was 2 of them. There is still another one, but I've taken that upstairs to the bathroom because it's dropped all its leaves, and they were getting some kind of fungus inside the grow tent. So that's why I took them out, put them on that windowsill over there. But yeah, lots of leaf drop has happened, and jackfruit aren't as forgiving as guavas when it comes to leaf drop. You know, whether they grow back their leaves, that's another thing. So one of them has almost lost all its leaves, so I've put that upstairs in the bathroom. It's on the floor. It's not next to the one that I've got growing, the seed grown one, but it will hopefully benefit from the warmer environment in the bathroom. It gets more humidity in there. So that's in there, and I'm keeping this one sort of close to these others where there's heat from the radiator, and I've got a bowl of water down there to, you know, help with the dry air. So yeah, dropping leaves like crazy. There's the other variegated guava. it too has dropped many leaves. I think this is the one that had the fruit on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is the one that had a fruit attached. Anyway, one of them had fruit on them. So they, you know, these guavas are air layers. They're not seed grown. In Bangladesh they call these gutti column. Gutti column is the word for air layer, and column is the word for like when they graft plants. So yeah, it too has lost lots of leaves, and yeah, it's a tricky one with tropical plants. When you bring them over, the shock, especially in the middle of winter, you know, I don't have the advantage of bringing them in the summer where I could maybe theoretically put them outside and they'd be okay. So they come straight from, like, say 26 degrees temperature when I left to now minus 1, 2, 3. Obviously not inside my house, trying to keep it as warm as possible, but I don't have the heating on all day. And also the light levels, I am trying to supplement the lighting with my grow lights, but yeah, it's a tricky one. So this is the condition of them, let's say 2 weeks on. This is my citrus that I showed recently, and it's got some yellowing going on the leaves, leaf drop happening. So yeah, not sure what the fate of all of these are going to be. The mangoes, they too have dropped quite a few leaves, keeping on top of the watering. I'm not concerned about root rot at this stage. I'm just concerned about water uptake, because they've had their roots pruned, and so their ability to take up water has been reduced. So I'm keeping the soil level not sopping wet but wet, and the pomegranates have dropped their leaves. I'm not too concerned about the ones that have completely gone leafless, because pomegranates do have that tendency in cool climates. They go dormant and then they regrow in the spring. It's these that I have to keep an eye on. And I've got my Piper nigrum they're still in the grow tent. They too have dropped some leaves. Again, I've seen that happen before, and hopefully they will sort of stabilise and regrow the leaves. The peppercorn's still hanging on to one of the plants. I am going to see if I can harvest 1 or 2 of the peppercorns and see if I can get them to grow. I can get plants out of it. And I brought back some Malaysian peppercorns from the Tropical Fruit Farm, and I'm wondering, well, I know that the white peppercorn won't grow because it's had the skin, the outer layer, stripped off it, but the black peppercorn, it's just in a dried state, and I'm hoping they haven't been boiled. When peppercorns are harvested for export, they have to heat treat them to get rid of any mites, etc. Now, the Tropical Fruit Farm said that they're totally organic, don't use pesticides or chemicals on their plants, and so I'm wondering whether they've just harvested them and dried them, because these were not for export. There's no list, you know, on the back of the label saying what country of origin or anything like that. It's just labelled as black pepper. So I'm hoping they've not been heat treated, and I'll try and plant a few. So I was going to nip out today, but my local plant nursery, Golden Days, was flooded out a couple of days ago. Their cafe, they have a little cafe there, was underwater. I think there was like about 6 inches of water, and the indoor area, also the carpets all wet. So they have been open today, but I'm just worried about ice and skidding conditions, I was going to nip to get some seed compost. I might still have some indoors. I'll have a look round. And last night I was trying to extract the seeds from the Look Lucky or Flacotia indica fruits, and they dried up so much. It was so brittle trying to get the seeds out. I got a horrible sort of, a bit like a splinter under this thumbnail. Oh, it was so painful trying to get it out. So I've extracted as many seeds as I could from the Flacotia indica, and I'm going to try maybe tomorrow do a little bit of seed planting, some of the seeds that I harvested, and see if they're viable or not, and then retain the seeds if they are viable, and if anybody would like some, Flacotia indica, or they just want to take a chance, without me testing the viability. Let me know if you want to try. I could send out a couple of seeds. Maybe if you could send me an SAE, I could send some of the seeds out. There aren't a huge amount of seeds, so I'll probably only be able to hand out a couple each, maybe two Flacotias and maybe one Sapodilla seed. I could do the orange Malta. I opened that up yesterday, and there weren't that many seeds, so I've only got like 3 out of it, so not many on the Malta. And also the lime, the Kagzi Lebu, the paper lime, it too didn't, it had a lot of immature seeds. They weren't, so the fruit itself hadn't fully developed. So there was only, I think, 3 full-size seeds, and there were lots of tiny immature seeds. So yeah, so I can't really hand out seeds on that, the Kagzi Lebu. So yeah, lots of what have I got? Custard apple seeds. So yeah, I'll try and plant those and see if I get any results. And then if anybody wants some, they're the green custard apple variety. So there we have it, today's video on leaf drop on the guavas and on the jackfruits, and just keeping an eye on them, monitoring them, and hopefully if they drop all their leaves, I will get some regrowth. Fingers crossed, everyone, that can get these back to health after their stressful journey. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.